Over the next 6 weeks, starting today, so with 5 more to come, the Progressive Empowerment Party is going to have motorcades throughout Trinidad and Tobago, culminating in public meetings like this one. Pop-up meetings, nothing too fancy, just the facts. People are being distracted by fanciness. Let me ask you all to come inside now. Joanne, I met somebody, your family, he said to say hi. Aaron Smith, your nephew or your cousin, I meet him. Everybody, all your family telling me to tell all your hi. Consider everybody family say hello. Satish, we live? Sure, we I'd like Sherry or someone to check to go to the live away from here and see if the audio is working as well as the video. Not what you're hearing on the speakers, but what you're hearing on the phone to make sure the mic system working. First of all, you get audio? I'm talking now. You on the live? My phone died. Somebody just go to the live video away from here. Just check the audio for me because I am tired of talking my guts out and going home and checking and seeing audio, no audio, we can't hear it. Somebody tell him, nobody see him, turn it down.
Yeah, it's working.
You sure?
They're getting it inside
You
it.
sure you're not getting it to the speakers?
No,
All right.
good.
Okay. So I would like all of our people come in close. This was the first. They're going to get longer. They're going to get bigger. But I need to give Marissa, Prasad, and Sherry Sigobin a round of applause for organizing today. I want to also give Lakshman Ramroop, who's sick like a dog and still showed up and got his part done. Akil Camps, who ran away from the motorcade, set this up. I mean, the Progressive Empowerment Party, I told people a story this week. I want to tell the story to you all. A couple of years ago, myself and a fellow called Timothy Hammersmith met at Timothy Hammersmith's office. And that day, in that meeting, for that conversation, a political party was formed. It went on to become the Third Force Movement. In that conversation, we decided to add Gary Griffith to that Third Force Movement. So now it was the three of us and some people around them starting a movement called the Third Force Movement. The organization, not me, the organization had access to hundreds of thousands of dollars to start the party. Hundreds of thousands. They sent to bring to Trinidad the #1 marketing guru in one of the top advertising agencies in the world. Put him up in a hotel. I mean, money was no problem. In 48 hours, we had blue Third Force jerseys by the thousand. And that party went nowhere. It fell apart. It bust. It died. Since then, the three people who were involved in the Third Force Movement went on to found parties of their own. Timothy Hammersmith with his Hope Party, which is a nice think tank, but it is not a real political movement. It does not resonate at any level of society. Gary Griffith formed the NTA, which, as you all know, had to join with the UNC to contest the election. The only political party that came out of those three people that became something national is the Progressive Empowerment Party. And the Progressive Empowerment Party have no money. We never had money. We always begging for money. Always. Kezia came here from Canada to bring some money for us. Thank you, Kezia. We're always begging for money. The shirts on your back. The shirts on your back. You wouldn't believe. Yesterday, Joanne, Pat Jaikaran, and myself had to sit down in the office to organize 500 jerseys for our campaign launch coming on Wednesday. And over the course of about an hour and a half, calls after calls, calls between suppliers, calls between printers, calls between potential donors. How are we going to make up the money? It turned out we needed to get about $30,000 to get the shirts. We couldn't raise more than about $18,000 sitting down there. I had to look to Joanne and say, could you cover us to print these shirts? She said, I need our money back Thursday. I look at Pat, I said, Pat, if we print the shirts, you could sell them all out before Thursday. She said, I'll cover the bill. That's how we print the shirts. That's how we get it done. When Felicia and Joanne and the rest of and Amanda and the rest of the finance team work till 10, 11, 12 o'clock in the night to get it done. No other political party in this country, none, not one other political leader understands it. And I want to say the way I do, because I am part of every single person's team. And I'm part of everything that goes on in this party. And I see how hard every single person have worked to make this movement as strong as it is. We have 61 candidates for the local government election. Hope have none. MTA have 31. Come on. The Progressive Empowerment Party is the strongest outside of the PNM and the UNC. Congress of the People have none. MSJ got what? Three? Three? They call us to debate those people. Debate them. And put us last. And we take in all of that. Because we work very hard. And we always know that our people in the Progressive Empowerment Party are the best and strongest people in politics. Trinidadians are coming to that realization themselves. Trinidadians are coming to the realization that while they want to sit down in their little ivory towers and refer to the Progressive Empowerment Party as a one-man party, none of them with a multi-man party could have fielded 61 candidates in the local government election. So they're either saying that they're lying or they're saying I am Superman. Either one I take it. I'm taking either one. Taking both. Taking both. You will hear when they private messaging you. You see, Satish put out all our candidates and all of their names and all of their phone numbers. The Progressive Empowerment Party not on stunts. And then you will hear other political parties will come to you and message you and try, because stunt is all they do. They want to pretend that they say that they can nitpick and take and look at convert them. The Progressive Empowerment Party, I want you all to understand this. You're going to hear them give you every reason why you should consider them. And they're going to tell you things like this. The PNM is the enemy. All of we should link up. But if we're not on the same side, and if we don't have the same goal, the same ideology, I can't say the same goal, because getting elected is the ultimate goal. But our goal is getting elected is a means to an end to us. Getting elected so that we can break the contract mafia and level the playing field and make Trinidad first world and developed is our goal. Not just to win. Not just to get an office and a contract and a blue light and a secretary. For us, office is not the end in and of itself. The UNC needs office to be relevant, not to deliver. Look around you. I could bet you dollars to donuts are standing up in a UNC constituency. Whether it is PNM or UNC, it matters not. The representation is the same, nothing. And Trinidadians who are listening to us, speak, are coming to the realization that they have to either hate us or face the truth that the people they gave their support to all these years and decades have lied to them, have taken advantage of them. When we tell you that the school system does not have to fail, cognitive dissonance in the minds of the supporters of the PNM and the UNC tells them, he lied. It's not that simple. We have to know our politics better than everybody else, you know. We held a different measure. The first interview the Progressive Empowerment Party got on TV6 was with Fazil Mohammed. He asked, how much members do they have? First question. Second question, where are their money coming from? I watched other political people form political parties last week, and they're dealing with them like prince and princess. Progressive Empowerment Party is treated the way that it is because we are a threat to the cocaine contract mafia that has destroyed Trinidad and Tobago. They understand that Philip Edward Alexander and this movement is not for sale. They understand that we know if the orange had linked up with the yellow, we could have sailed in because all of we gang up and we gonna mash them up and what? What you want? You want a state board? What you want? You want that ministry? What you want? You want 100,000 or 500,000? We writing checks. What you want? But what would we have accomplished? What would it have been for? What would it have been about? All this work. You see, I know it. I know better than any of you all know how difficult I could be. I live with me. I know me. I had like rock stone. There are times I feel like I am like biting down on oil. I know. But every single person that is a part of my team will tell you that they have gotten themselves to places in life along the way that they never thought they were capable of getting to. I don't take no for an answer. If you insist on your no, I say next. I will find somebody else to do it. Every single senior person in this party will tell you that. I am sure, because my ears is ring. I am sure when I leave the office, it is well talked about. I am sure, and they wouldn't be wrong. But without any money at all, I think we did the largest motorcade that I have ever seen in politics. Today, I watched that motorcade. I thought to myself, this is local government. These people can't even pull this off for general elections. We're looking like we're fighting a national election here. That's how y'all coming across. Y'all are doing an amazing job. And if I sound like I taking credit for the quality of the people around me, I want to say thank you to God in heaven for blessing me the way He has blessed me. Everybody tired. Some of us standing up since 6 o'clock this morning. The motorcade was a walking cane for some of us. Some of us were walking and hanging on flyers while others were sitting in air-conditioned comfort, and they were more tired than me. If I look at rumful up and nasty, it's because we on it since 6 o'clock this morning. It's not been an easy road to hoe, and we know that we have 5 more next week at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. We're going to be in Mayaro because it starts in Mayaro and it ends at Tunapuna. And we have to do Mayaro, Grandi, Arima, to Tunapuna next week. And the following Saturday, we're doing everything from Tunapuna to Diego Martin. And then the following Saturday, we're back down south, but this time deep south. It don't get easier, it's getting harder. We're going Point 14 and Labre and Cedros. You understand? But we will get bigger and we will get stronger because we always do. The Progressive Empowerment Party is not people that here for money because we have none. It's not people who here for me because as cute and as sexy as I am, where's Caesar again? The people that are in the Progressive Empowerment Party that got out of their house this morning like me when it was still dark, those people are in this because they have a belief that Trinidad could be a first world nation, that we could fix it. We've explained to people at the height of the water crisis why we have a water crisis. Not one single politician in this country, not one office holder can explain to you why a 48-inch main in Caroni could affect water in Diego Martin. Nobody can explain that to you. That is incompetence, that is ineptitude, that is laziness, that is failed governance. And every single person who didn't have water for 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, because the main bus, y'all should be mad as hell. But you know what you should be madder for? Understanding why you don't have water. They just tell you that a schedule you 2 out of 5 days, 3 out of 7 days. Why? Because one 48-inch main trying to pump water from Caroni to Diego Martin that feeding 250,000 households can't do all at the same time. Nobody ever make a pump that big yet. So what they have to do is they have to send that water to relay stations. They call them pumping stations. The water will reach, and if they lock off here, it'll turn here, and you will get it in Maraval. If they lock it here, you will get it in El Socorro. And that's how our water system works, designed to fail. And then they will tell you that the pipes have leaks, and that's the problem. Of course, the pipes having leaks will have a problem. You sending water to be 100 miles from my house. When the rain fell on my house yesterday and nearly washed it away, why can't we capture the water in the communities that is falling in? Why is the Diego Martin River designed to capture the water in the hills and throw it in the sea? And if there is anybody that could make sense of that to you, if there is anybody could explain to you why Diego Martin and Westmoreland would throw its water into the sea and then send water from Caroni by a 48-inch main, buying desalinated water from Desalcott, former UNC government ministers and investors for $1 billion a year for the next 35 years. If you could make it make sense for anything other than theft coming into government and understanding how it works, mash it up so that you could make money from it. When the calm embers of this world stand up in the parliament to read the budget, he should say, the government plans to steal your money this way, this year. We are going to overtax you this year. We are going to tax you on your income. We're going to tax you on your home. We're going to tax you on things inside your home. And we are going to come back and tax the whole property again and call it a property tax. And we're going to do that because the government doesn't know any other way to run the country. And that all of the 30 or the $60 billion that they're stealing comes from your pocket. All the long talk for 4 hours is $30 billion. 80% of the annual income is all taxes from the citizens. They've put us on treadmills and they've made us fools. And they tell us that you're paying for goods and services. That is not proper goods and services. For the $1 billion we spend at Desalcott every year, 1 year, the Progressive Empowerment Party could fix all the water in the country and everybody would have water 24/7 from there. And I will explain it to you, unlike the other political parties that would make a statement as sexy as what I just said. And they would, people would say, that don't sound right. They would do it by now if that was true. And they're not going to tell you how it's done so that you don't understand. So that you either have to believe and trust and be willing to jump on their treadmill or become a fully functional, critical thinking citizen, which is what the Progressive Empowerment Party wants. We want people to understand how capture, hold, treat, distribute works. People have all the answers for how things might be wrong because they've put those things in our heads. They've told us you can't use river water because people just brush their teeth and spit in the sink and the sink was going to run. I don't want to drink people toothpaste water. And they tell you that that's how it works. So then you have to come back and explain to them how ultraviolet water scrubbing and reverse osmosis works. And that if we could take dissolved salt out of water, we could take anything else. That there are places in the world where there are pig farms and that the raw sewage from the pig farm goes through a water treatment facility and on the other end, it is pure drinking water. If they could purify sewage from a pig farm, why we can't collect water in retention ponds in Trinidad and capture it, hold it, treat it, distribute it? The Diego Martin River collects more water than the country could use. Just the Diego Martin River. If the Diego Martin River was a retention facility with water making facilities all along the river for all of the communities, if Diego Martin was responsible for its own water, Diego Martin would never not have water again, ever. Same in Maraban. But that 48-inch main and most of the water infrastructure that exists in Trinidad and Tobago was built by the Queen. Now, you don't have to like me. You don't have to love me. You don't even have to want to hear what I'm saying, to hear truth. When you drive on the roads and you see the roads falling apart because of those pipes that are running below the roads that eventually break and undermine the roads and wash away the dirt below the structure of the roads to create what becomes surface cracks and then leaks and then potholes, and the entire national infrastructure looks the way it is. So when they tell you the water problem is water leaks, those water leaks are also destroying the roads that those pipes should not be running under. All of the thinking people of Trinidad and Tobago who follow me, who have learned to love me, have said to me, the reason I follow you is that you say the things I always thought was true. I always thought that it was impossible for the same education system teaching all the children in Trinidad to have so many of our children fail. Something had to be wrong. It had to be using different teachers, different books. It had to be set up to fail and be proof that it is. Because Bukarapo Secondary and Fatima College share a wall. One is a failed school and one is a prestige school. And I've asked people, I asked them if I take all the children from Fatima College and I put them in Bukarapo, and I take all the children from Bukarapo and I put them in Fatima, which would succeed? And they get confused because they don't know if it is the teachers in Fatima that works, or if it is the structure in Fatima that works. They border on wanting to say that the children that end up in Bukarapo, dotish. That's what they want to say. They want to give you that as the answer. But it's the same education system that took them to the same SCA. All children are as bright as each other. There will be advanced children in certain fields all along the way, but that's the absolute minuscule minority. There is a national average. That's why they use grade point averages in all of the developed countries of the world. Finland has the #1 standard of education on the planet. The number 2, 3, 4, and 5, you add them together, still not as good as Finland's system. All we have to do was go and borrow what Finland does, and Trinidad would work. Dubai and Singapore are multi-billion-dollar countries, profitable, not because of oil and gas, but because of goods and services. And all we have to do was go to those countries and learn what they do and do it. Singapore makes billions of dollars with their port. We lose billions of dollars with our port. The answer to the question why would be because it's deliberate. We need it to fail so that some contract mafia friend or financier of the government could come along and buy it, and they could make the money. Like the water. All of Trinidad and Tobago complaining no water. But Dominic had it in Blue Water's factory, didn't stop for a minute. So where his water coming from? Where his water coming from? And there are people who don't want you to ask the questions that I ask. There are people who don't want you to know the things that I put in your head. They wanted you to be laborers and consumers. They wanted you to work hard, work as hard as they could get you to work, and then go home and eat a barely functional meal, and then go out and get drunk. Coming here today, I was counting how many different types of churches there are along the way versus how many bars there were. And I realized that Trinidad's biggest problem is we are working very hard to escape reality. We do not want to face the truth. We do not want to face the truth that even though this could be biblical Eden, even though this could be the best country in the world, we live in an absolute failed state. Nobody in this country trusts the government. Nobody. You have people who leave government today and bad talk the government tomorrow and then join back with the government that they bad talk before and now they're good. We know that politics in Trinidad and Tobago is all about theft. We know it's hard for you to hear somebody new, somebody like me, somebody like any of us speak and take us seriously, saying that you've been abused by every single politician the country has ever had. Every single government that we have ever had have lied to us. So when 50% of the children fail, that is 10,000 people that are grist for the criminal mill. And when Customs and Excise and Coast Guard can't stop the 40,000 guns from coming in the country, you just armed those 10,000 people. And people wonder where crime coming from. You're going to ask where crime coming from? We are creating crime. Our education system, our jobs system. Look at our jobs. You need 3 O-level passes to put your life in danger for amalgamated security. 50,000 security guards in this country. That is 5% of the working population are security guards. What we got in so? What? These are questions that we need to ask. We need to understand. And there's somebody in this audience who was related to the person that that security company was set up to protect. And they still kill him. That's our reality. Our national security apparatus has failed. Coast Guard allow 150,000 Venezuelans into the country, and I have nothing wrong with the Venezuelans. Singapore is a third of the size of Trinidad and Tobago, and they have a population of 5.2 million people. That means Trinidad could easily have a population of 10 to 12 million people and be functional and first world. So we need those people to come back, the 2 million Trinidadians in the diaspora outside who've escaped, who are related by parents, to come back home and help develop the country. But we are going to need Venezuelans and Jamaicans and Nigerians and Chinese and Arabs who come in here to sell gyros. Shouldn't be here selling gyros. We shouldn't have these little Venezuelan girls posing outside the bar that I passed in Princestown when I was coming here in barely clothes to attract people to come and drink. Last time I checked, we owed these people respect and dignity. We weren't supposed to take advantage of their horrible situation to our advantage. All of these things. For the 8 hours I was either walking or standing in the back of Nachman's truck, I was watching and thinking, how could a country that has this much potential, forget the fact that we have $3 trillion. Forget that. Forget that we had $3 trillion and we don't have it anymore. Forget that. A country that is fortunate and as blessed as Trinidad and Tobago, that could be making hundreds of billions of dollars every year in national income, that could have its people living practically tax-free, that could be providing proper goods and services to the people of Trinidad and Tobago with a 4-day work week. You could have water in your taps. You could have so much hope and opportunity that nobody wants to commit crime. Like countries like Sweden and Switzerland and Holland that shutting down their jails. We could be that. We could be that. India is telling the world that in 25 years, 21% of the global workforce will be working for an Indian company. They're on a mission, they're on a plan, and they know where they're trying to go. Does anybody know where Trinidad is trying to go other than to hell? Does anybody know the government's plan, any government's plan? Have you ever heard a political party enunciate a vision for the country that could have instructed the tertiary educators, that could have instructed the secondary educators to prepare children for this new vision of what Trinidad and Tobago could be? Does anybody know? Look at our Trinidad and Tobago. every single person hearing my voice, the reason the Progressive Empowerment Party exists is because there is a contract mafia that owns and operates the PNM and the UNC. Politicians who have left those parties have admitted it and gone back into those political parties. Politicians have left those political parties to ruin this nation, to set up gun companies and arm and ammunition companies and water desalination companies, all because they know the problem, and instead of wanting to fix it, they come to take advantage of it. I want to tell you the worst story that I know about Trinidad and Tobago, and it happened about 50 years ago. A woman was being molested. I don't want to use the real word, I have children around us. A woman was being molested in the Queen's Park Savannah, and she screamed for help. And 9 men came and helped the molester. That's Trinidad. 41 people in the parliament either know nothing or don't care. The parliament has never delivered to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. When people like Kezia Rampal, who is brilliant in education, could pack herself up and leave and go in the next person's land to live, because nothing in Trinidad and Tobago offers her hope for her personal development. And I'm sorry for using you as an example, but there are so many people. My brother, Dr. Paul Elias Alexander, many of you all would know him, went on to become one of the top epidemiologists in the world. But he was satisfied being at Trinidad, but they had nothing in Trinidad for him. But he left here with nothing and went on to become one of the top epidemiologists in the world. In fact, he should be given a Nobel Peace Prize for saving as many people as he did from Gates and Fauci. But that's a conversation for another time. I used plenty people's names of who left this country, who left here with nothing, that went on to become the top of their field in the world. Trinidadians are bright and brilliant regardless of race, color, creed, or class. We need to stop the nonsense of the division. And the Progressive Empowerment Party has created that. When you look at yourselves, when you look at what we were outside that bar today, jumping in the road, I realize no other political party encapsulates the national anthem. Here, every creed and race truly finds an equal place. The Progressive Empowerment Party is the hope of a better Trinidad and Tobago, and it is going to deliver that hope through each and every one of our candidates. And I want you to give all of our candidates a round of applause, please. I want to tell you that we have some firsts. Our youngest candidate is 18 years old. We have the highest per capita differently able people in this party serving at the highest level than any party in the country. We have more women in senior capacity positions in this party than any party in the country, even the party that is run by a woman. The Progressive Empowerment Party does not discriminate. We don't care who you pray to or who you're lying down with. Those are not our issues. We will protect the children. We will protect the innocent. We will protect them. We will stand like a wall. Save your agendas. The Progressive Empowerment Party as a government will end any treaties and contracts with any new world orders or world economic forums and World Health Organizations. Trinidad and Tobago should be a country standing alone in the sea, in the Caribbean Sea, prospering for all of its people. And if you would like to come and visit us here, there will be terms and conditions. And if you would like to trade with us, there will be terms and conditions. And if you don't, carry on. Because a Progressive Empowerment Party government would make Trinidad and Tobago such a perfect place to live. Canadians would line up in the snow to get a visa to come here. There will come a time when we would fix it to the point where there'd be no crime, where you could take off the burglar proofing on your house, but we wouldn't know what to do with it. We gotta open back the old battery buying and old iron and sell it, because you wouldn't need it. You wouldn't need it. I saw a video about Japan, and a fellow, he sat down in a mall and he said, "This is my laptop, this is my phone, this is my wallet." And he went away. And he said, nobody dares touch it. Because the consequences of committing a crime like that is not worth it. In Trinidad and Tobago, our law enforcement and our justice system has failed. We could pretend it doesn't. We could be afraid to say it. But the truth of the matter, when a breaking and entering in Stevens and Johnson's could take 25 years, you know our justice system has failed. And when our law enforcement can only interdict 3% of murders, regardless of who is the commissioner of police, you know our law enforcement has failed. We need a better Trinidad and Tobago. And that is the one thing all of us could agree on. Every creed and race could agree that we need a better Trinidad and Tobago. And to that, we dedicate ourselves. That is the mission of the Progressive Empowerment Party. We are here to fix it. Full stop. We do not want to join forces with any parties and be labored with their friends and their financiers. We don't want to hear that you're going after somebody because they're involved in some kind of slackness. We find out that when they pay for your jerseys or they pay for your truck, we prefer to labor on this PA system that Akil come and set up here is about 8 years old. We've been living with it. Our one podium was just joined by 2 that was donated out of the blue. And I'd like to thank that company. I just don't know the name. But they just called and they said, we have something for you, and they sent it. And all of a sudden, and Felicia, who are going to call up here to say some words after me, will tell you that it's becoming easier to get people on the phone to make things available to the party. I heard one of my deputy political leaders saying that law enforcement had removed one of her candidates' banners, and she was able to call on the phone and say, I'm the deputy political leader of the Progressive Empowerment Party, and you have our property. And they said, please come and collect it. Because when we are walking, the police vehicles that pull over next to us pulls over to tell us, good job, well done, keep it up, we're rooting for you. We can't join you, we can't take a flyer, but we care with you. And that is everybody. Because when a police officer and a CEO and a teacher and a business owner take off their clothes at the end of the day, they are human beings just like all of us. And they want the same things for themselves. They want the same things for their family. They want a good quality of life. They want peace. They want security. We are the only party that is talking about fixing noise pollution in Trinidad, and it seems to have gone mad. And you would know how insane noise pollution could be until you have to put up with it and realize that every single person that you call, I was just told that the richest people in Trinidad call a meeting for the down the islands where they go to celebrate their wealth. The party boats now causing them stress, and they realize that the Coast Guard and the EMA and the police and nobody could help them. And one person raised her hand and said, I made a small donation to the Progressive Empowerment Party a couple of months ago, and Philip Alexander helped me. You all should have called him to this meeting. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's going to get easier. A horse, a tired, I want to go home and soak my foot in Bayram. But I want to say that when we started this, we made a commitment. And every single person that has delivered, that has stood with us, that has given up their time to join with us, that has given up treasure and made donations to the party, people who have put their reputation on the line and say, you know what, this is my line in the sand. I stand with Philip and the Progressive Empowerment Party. Those people, every single one of the members who have built this party, because make no mistake, all this one man talk, there is talk. I want to tell you, I couldn't do any of this without this party. Couldn't have. I take no personal credit for it. I know that I am the biggest mouth, and I am the person that drives. I drive the force. I push it forward. But it is the people of this party that deliver. And I want to say thank you to all of you. I want to thank everybody who has been listening to me all these years. We are going to ramp it up. We are going to do more. We are going to get louder. We are going to make a bigger noise. We are going to fight this fight until we win. The Progressive Empowerment Party is in it to win it. And I want to say to every single one of you here, thank you very much. Go and soak your foot in there. Next week will be just as bad. Yeah? Felicia, hold up.
Evening, everybody. I will not be long at all because I know we're all tired. And I just want to say today was an incredible day. I had such an amazing time driving all through San Fernando, all through South, all through Deep South Bay, learning all the different areas. But most importantly, I love the support that we felt along the route. I love the fact that people are engaging with us, with our candidates. And I want to say to our candidates, keep up the good work. What you're doing is definitely reflecting in the areas. I want to thank all of the members who came out today to support. I know we lost a few people along the route. We've been here since 8 o'clock this morning. What is it? Well, the speech already finished. I said I wasn't going to be long. We've been here since 8 o'clock this morning, but we really doing this bigger and better each time. Next week, we are in where? Where are we next week? Mearu. So we're going, our motorcade we're taking in Mearu. Those who want to come and join us, we will be posting the route this week coming here. We, like I said, we're doing it bigger and better each time. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. And of course, on August 14th, come out and vote for your Progressive Empowerment Party or United Farmers Alliance candidate. Thank you.
Hi, good evening, South people. A round of applause for everyone that took part in our motorcade today. We are a part of the Penal Day Corporation, and all our candidates are proud to be a part of the Progressive Empowerment Party. Now, as everybody has been saying, we are all tired, extra tired, leading more than 50 to 75 cars today. It was easy and exciting, and I hope we can do that every week. I want to thank all my candidates who worked so hard with food, drinks, flags, caps, t-shirts with the Progressive Empowerment Party. And I want to tell everybody to vote for change in the Penal Day Corporation. We have our candidates, two of our candidates. That is Penal with Mr. Stephan Dukran, who would be our first hearing impaired candidate ever in Trinidad. We also have our first 18-year-old candidate, Mr. Nikolai Gabriel, who is actually going up for Palmiste Hermitage here, right here. I was hoping, where is Nikolai? Right, he's across there giving out flyers as we speak. So I want to say that a lot of people are giving up a lot to help the Progressive Empowerment Party reach where they have to go. And people have to realize that if they don't stand up, you would not be able to make a difference. We cannot just be on Facebook or passing on the road and saying, you know, yeah, you're doing a good job. You have to stand up with us. You have to vote for us. You have to vote for the change. Vote for the youth. Vote for Nikolai, for Parliament as well. All right, thank you.
Just introduce them to you.
Well, I can't just do two anymore, guys. Everybody, the rest of them come up here. Indra, Dutchman, Durga, Smith. Who else? Am I missing anybody? Yes, Dana. And I want to introduce some of my executives as well. It has Tazim. Who else I'm missing out? Oh my, Harry just went together with Kelly. I want to call everybody's name that made today possible. I want to thank you very, very, very much. We have been working tirelessly together with Sherry, as well as Ravi, Lakshman, Umrah. We have been working tirelessly. Amanda as well. And my son, Amrit, come in the picture here. This is my special son. I have to say his name, Amrit Parbu. He's a part of the Lady Hochoy Home, and he's a very, very big fan of the Progressive Empowerment Party. He's my chairman on the download. So thank you very, very much. And we hope to see everyone and a bigger crowd next week, Saturday. On Sundays, we also have our motorcade in our village, in our community and our districts, and we hope to join you as well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just when they finish up, we will be one more push. Just one push.
Everybody, just to close it off here at this point. Hear me now? Thank you very much. My name is Satish Ramsraj, party organizer for the PEP. I want to thank each and every one of you all for joining us here. Each of us are playing our parts in fixing our country and making our country a better place. I'll give every one of you a round of applause for coming. I want to thank our sponsors, all the people who helped us. See Omar there, Omar and Victor there. I heard they were working whole night last night, working on these flags here. So much love in this party and so much that people really, really, really want to. I think that's the secret, you know. People want to fix our country and they have the passion for it. And that's the difference between us and everybody else. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much. Marissa says she's tired, but we now start. I'll see you guys next week on the donors. Yes, donors. Anybody would like to help out? Please contact Felicia Holder 769-4590. We need the help. You all see the amount of work that we all be put out. So come on board. The more of us that help out, the faster it is we can fix this country. Yeah? All me chum say. Take care.
Yeah.